Hey guys, so today I've arrived at a location which is in Bedfordshire, and it's remains of an old church. So I've just got about half a mile walk down there, so is the towpath here. So I think Google Maps is either saying it might be easier this way, but anyway, go and check it out and I'll update you once I get there. Hey guys, we're about half a mile roughly from the ruins now. This is a visitor attraction, but I just wanted to show you how peaceful and quiet it is actually out here. Look at that, it's just absolutely stunning. Look, got the cows in the field there. And this is where we are heading to, Stanton Low Park, with the church ruins there as well. So it'll be quite nice to go and have a little look around and get a bit of history about the place. But yeah, so we'll carry on walking. I'll catch you in a bit. Right, we're just doing our last leg up to the former church. And I think this possibly would have been like an old road back in a day. And obviously you can see here the old I think it's dry stone wall. If anyone knows, just pop us a comment please, I'll be really grateful. But yeah, it's a really beautiful place, really beautiful. Okay, as we edge closer to it, just look how old these walls are. I think it might be panned in a bit too much. There we go, that's better. But yeah, absolutely stunning. Now, sorry if this is a bit out of angle. I've actually got my old selfie stick. I've lost my new one, but yeah, look at that, absolutely beautiful. So this would have been a really picturesque place back in its heyday. Now let's see the good way that I can actually get in. Okay, this looks like good as any actually. Let's just have a quick look. Now I have put my shorts on today, so I always seem to do that and then get stung and then complain about it afterwards. So look at that, isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? It's going to pan in a bit there. Wow. Okay, actually I don't really want to be disrespectful and climb that wall, because A, there is signs, and B, you know, I don't want to destroy any history. So we'll have a little walk around this way. There might be an easier opening for us, but oh yeah, here we go. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. Right, mind these stingers. Oh yeah. That is absolutely stunning. Now, it's nearly a year now since I've been doing this urbexing, and I've had to rein it in quite a bit for 6 months because I had no car, and I had a lot of challenges going on in life with my work, etc. But I've got a car, and I'm now able to get round a few places, so I'm really grateful for that. Right, so look at this. Look, I wonder what this would have been. I'm just going to adjust that camera, guys. Sorry, that's it. Not quite happy with it. There we go. So that's quite similar, isn't it? Nice little hiding place there. The old, almost like slate, but again, I don't really know a great deal about, I don't know what you call it, archaeology. I don't know. I don't really know a lot about stonework, but if anyone does know, please pop us a comment. I'd be really grateful. But it's just absolutely fascinating that this is still here today, but with no roof. So I think it was built in the 13th century, and it was formerly known as St. Peter's. But what I will do, as I said earlier, I will do oh, someone's grave there, sorry mate. we'll do an intro piece on it. But yeah, it's just absolutely gorgeous. Oh, I was going to put that up a bit there. Oh wow, look at that. It's really bright today here. Okay, right, we'll go. I want to try and get inside. Oh, there's loads of graves here. There we go. Now that is absolutely stunning. That would have been, you know, nice stained glass there back in the heyday. Right, we'll go. God, I have to get some suntan lotion on my head soon. I can really feel that. Ooh. Right, yes, we can get in. Right, let's go in. It says, do not enter, unstable stonework, keep out of this area until repairs have taken place. Well, there's an opening. I'm going to risk it. Wow. So this would have been a, you know, little church for a settlement, but again, this reminds me of. Sorry, I didn't actually finish what I was saying. The church that I did nearly a year ago now, the haunted one over at Clop Hill. If you haven't seen that, check that one out, guys. But no, this is just stunning. So I'd imagine where the altar would have been, I don't actually know, but that's the little hole we was in before, but I don't know where. Maybe this would have been the altar, that would have been the door that we came through, possibly. See all the old gravestones here as well. Stunning though, lovely location, really lovely. It's just refreshing to see that nothing's been built on out here. Let's hope it stays that way. Oh, blimey, now it's warm now. It wasn't as warm as this earlier. I did contemplate putting my jeans on, but I'm glad I didn't. Yeah, I would say, looking at it, the altar would have been down here. Possibly, I don't know what. It just seems to me like it would fit. I don't know if it would be down there, I don't actually know, but so this isn't anywhere near as spooky as the Clop Hill Church. So yeah, this would have been the entrance, I would have thought. I don't know, unless an entrance has just formed. I don't know, but nevertheless, it's really stunning, really stunning. So I don't know if this would have been another part of the church, I don't actually know. It is stunning though, absolutely stunning. So peaceful here, really is so peaceful. Now if you can't hear me chewing gum, apologies, I have quit the vaping, so that's I think about 10 weeks in now, so nice quaint little church. yeah, I'm convinced that would have been the altar. The entrance would have been somewhere else, because you've got the stained glass window there, and that's where they would have done the prayers and the Holy Communion and stuff, I would have thought. But let's see if there's any more info on here. Spot spraying in progress. Okay, cool. Right, bear with. Okay, let's have a little look. See what it's saying on here. What's occurring? Okay, so right, okay, cool. This might save me doing a voiceover, because right, so this is what the church would originally looked like. Okay, apologies if there is a bit of a shadow on there. I'm trying not to. But so the Church of St Peter, Stantonbury's medieval ruin. So yeah, right, the church layout. I don't think I'm going to read all that out now. I think you'll be bored to tears. But so basically, the church layout, that would have been the porch over there. Now, the squint, I think, was what we looked in, that little hole. The chancel. Right, so the chancel was at the back. Right, so I've got that completely wrong. So the chancel and the high altar, so where they would have done the prayers, the priest or whatever would have been stood at the end there. So if you look at that end there, that would be where the high altar was, and the chancel, and then you've got the arch in the middle, which we have already seen in the middle of the church, just there. Okay, pews, so it would have been it says possible vault. I don't know how reliable that is, but yeah, that would have been the nave. So when we walked in where the stained glass window would have been there, that would have been the nave. The porch, so that would have been the entrance, and the pews there, pews and pulpit. So I think pulpit represents choirs and stuff. I don't know, I'm not 100% on that, but nevertheless, that's what it would have looked like. So this was a carved Norman archway, survived in place until 1950, when it was removed from the now derelict church for safekeeping. In 1954 it was reinstalled at St James's Church in New Bradwell, where it now remains. The arch surrounds the west door, and you can still admire the medieval mason's craftsmanship today. So there was a wedding here at some point, a wedding to remember. So I'll try and pan in on that a bit better for you. So by 1909, over 1,000 marriages had taken place at St James's, which was more convenient for those in Wolverton, until the vicar discovered the new church had never been licensed for weddings. Wow. 2 planned ceremonies were quickly moved to a crumbling St Peter's, the usual spectacle encouraging hundreds of parishioners and railway workers to fill the churchyard for what had become a real community event. Soon after, a hurried Act of Parliament was arranged to legitimise the older weddings. Wow, could you imagine getting married and then basically find out it's not legal? I mean, it would be, well, from my own personal perspective, it would have been ideal in today's world, but yeah, I mean, joking aside though, them poor people would have been devastated. So yeah, it is quite a twist to that. So we've got here Mr. and Mrs. Pedder leave after their wedding, the first in 60 years. The first in 60 years there. So I imagine that's when it's all been legitimised. What else we got here? This will save me doing a voiceover, to be fair. Although now isolated, the park St Peter's was once the heart of the medieval parish of Stanton. The main body of the church appears to have been built sometime in the 1100s, and the finely carved chancel arch belongs to this period, although The building was remodelled several times during its history. The squint window probably allowed parishioners using the Old South Chapel to view the high altar, and a now buried structure to the west of the church was likely to be built for 17th century manor owners, the I can't pronounce that, Witterong family. Apologies if I've pronounced that wrong. The medieval village of Stantonbury grew alongside the manor of Stanton, at one time owned by the Bar of Barry family, who added their name to the parish. The small village of 8th peasant households sat either side of a trackway to the north and east of the church. But by the 1500s, the new owners, the Vole family, had enclosed the open fields surrounding the village for sheep pasture, and at least 40 parishioners were evicted. With little work available, the village began a steady decline, and in 1736 there were only 4 dwellings left, 3 farmhouses and the Grand Manor House. I'll be interested to find that, the Manor House. With the advent of the railways, the church enjoyed a brief increase in congregation, but by the late 19th century, the newly built St James's at New Bradwell was more convenient, and St Peter's began to fall into neglect. By 1948, the church was in very poor condition, with the windows removed, the internal fixings stolen or vandalised, and the roof close to collapse. Sadly, the village of Stantonbury was destroyed during quarrying in the 1960s. That's really sad. Leaving St Peter's in isolation and neglect until conservation work completed in 2015 stabilised the stonework to leave the atmospheric ruin you can enjoy today. So I'm sort of taking it, this would have been the old village. I don't know. I suppose any one way of finding out is to have a little walk around so we can find, well, see if this manor house still exists today. But what I'll do, I'll have a quick look. Okay, guys, we won't be finding the manor house. The whole village was destroyed. So the only thing left is what is the remains of the church. Okay, so what I have found though is basically, right, so a plaque here. So I'm going to read a little bit about it. Stantonbury Manor. So beneath the earthworks in front of you, so i.e. me, just there, it basically lie the remains of a grand 17th century mansion house and gardens. Stantonbury Manor, built for the son of the High Sheriff of Hertfordshire. The finished house lasted a mere 75 years before it was destroyed by fire and later demolished. The garden terraces are today the only sign of former grandeur. A manor house had long existed in the medieval village of Stanton, but in 1664 Sir John Whittergrove began to remodel and extend the mansion in more splendid isolation. There are no contemporary descriptions of the finished house completed in 1668, but detailed building accounts tell us the building was of brick and dressed stone. A recent archaeological survey clearly shows the mansion was 28 metres long, 15 metres wide, and partitioned into 3 large rooms, probably like a guild hall, and 2 parlours. Sorry, I'm reading this. There's some bird crap on there, and it's I don't really want to pick it off. So, alongside the new mansion were landscape gardens. So, as I'm panning round here, landscape gardens including patera, I don't know, geometric beds arranged around a large pond surrounded by footpaths and overlooked by viewing terraces, sculptured into the landscape, which are still visible today to the south. The parterre, again, apologies, I'm probably pronouncing this completely wrong, made way for a wilderness, a plantation of native and exotic trees, subdivided by further footpaths. To the west, a prospect mound of offered visitors a view across the Ouse Valley, possibly topped with a summer house, and the garden was terraced down to the river. After its completion in 1668, the manor passed through a succession of Whitterong heirs, all named John, until the 4th Baronet ran into difficulties. In 1727, the house was sold to the Duchess of Marlborough, but only 16 years later the house was badly damaged by fire and eventually demolished in 1791. Very thoroughly, it seems, as apart from the sculpted landscape, there is very little evidence of the house above ground. Some vestiges remain, though bricks from the house can be seen in the churchyard wall behind you. So just over there. And in 1907, the carved Whitterong coat of arms were discovered at the Wolverton scrap heap. Wow. Once proudly displayed above the mansion's entrance, the arms now reside at Rothmastad Manor. So this would have been the remains of the brick lime pond. Sorry if it's a bit shadowy, but so let me just try and there you go. So that would have been, again, all this information is here. It is a visitor attraction and it is managed by the Parks Trust. But yeah, all this here would have been sunken gardens, ponds, you know, and it would have been absolutely beautiful. And they're saying, right, so that's the manor where the coat of arms have gone to, which was found at the scrapyard. And that is it there. I mean, imagine that being such a high estate, high regard, and that's being found in a scrapyard. It's just mental, isn't it? So this would have been, they're saying, the layout. So formal gardens, which there, pond slightly in front. We are here, obviously, and then the manor house would have been there. So it's sad that it's not here today, but nevertheless, it's really stunning. So what I have found out as well, so the 4th Baronet, the last Whitterong heir to Stantonbury, never had a chance to live at the manor, fleeing abroad having murdered a local con man. Wow. Returning after 6 years, he swiftly sold the estate, but was to die only 16 years later, fighting a fellow inmate of Fleet Debtors Prison. Bloody hell. So I think I've read somewhere, bear with me. So yeah, that wall, the walls that we've seen here, which I will quickly just take you back round there. Oh, trying to get in. Right, hang on a sec. Okay, so these allegedly would have been the remains of the stonework, the walls of the courtyard to do with the manor house. So I'd imagine you've had tea up here or whatever, I don't know, but yeah, that's quite fascinating. So again, as I pointed out, this would have been the porch. There would have been pews along here, okay, and then I think choir there. This would have been the infamous arch, I believe, yes. And here would have been the high altar. So this is where you'd receive your bread and wine, so your flesh and blood of Christ, and would have gone back down. And I think they must have had some pews here as well, because that's a hell of a space otherwise. But yeah, really beautiful place, really stunning. And it's hard to believe that there used to be a settlement here. You know, there used to be people's homes, and now the only thing that remains evident of that is the remains of the old St. Peter's Church. But well, I hope you've enjoyed that, guys. And as I say, you might be interested in it. I don't know. If you like archaeology, I do have some passions for it, so I do tend to mix the videos up. But again, thank you for watching here from St Peter's Church. And I'm going to run around now, do some pictures, some nice cinematic shots, and I'll be putting those on Instagram, Facebook and TikTok. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. I will be eternally grateful. I think we're on 111 subscribers, but if you would like to subscribe, I am grateful. I don't get paid for it. I just have a passion for exploring different places. But until next time, guys, stay safe, and I'll see you soon.